Greetings, YouTube. I hope everybody's weekend is going well. It's a beautiful Sunday here in Oklahoma. 61 degrees. It was like 6.1 degrees 3 days ago. So nice when it actually warms up versus the opposite where it's 61 and then it goes down to 6 like 3 days later. These videos are always tricky for me to talk about for a number of reasons. Number one is copyright. So unbeknownst to maybe some of you, if a video is already on YouTube, it is not legal and it is not safe to play the video in the background. I don't know how some people get away with it. I know that sometimes they turn down the volume and they have it super small on the screen, so maybe YouTube doesn't detect it, but that's still technically not legal. So I'll be pulling up the video from the official Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel, and you can access both videos in the champion deep dives of, well, the Ant-Man Future and Cassie Lang. But what I wanted to do today was specifically talk about Cassie Lang because, you know, in general, the science class is way better than it used to be, but it could still use some help, right? I mean, you compare this to the cosmic class and it's a joke, or even the mutant class. And so with Cassie Lang being, of course, a science champion, that gives us some hope. And in their official page, now look, things can be deceiving. I acknowledge that in general, this could still be a frustrating champion to ramp up. I do think this champion has the potential. And that's what I've learned in my 5 years of doing this. Say could be, don't say is. I said Ghost is going to be a good defender. That was a horrible take. Should have said Ghost could be a good defender because we had never seen phasing like what the breakdown was on paper. And I thought, well, that phasing sounds crazy. Now, the irony is that Kitty Pryde can sometimes be a pretty dang good defender because of her phasing. And so what I envisioned Ghost as a defender kind of came to be years later for Kitty Pryde, but definitely not with her. So Cassie Lang, as we kind of go through this, and again, I invite you all to check out the actual video on the MCOC YouTube channel. But it's fascinating that she has a combination of power stings and poison damage. The thing that I think is most unique, well, there's two things that I took away after watching this video that are most unique. One, when you charge that heavy and she shrinks down, suddenly fighting really annoying defenders who have crazy long special attacks or crazy hard to dex special attacks. Even somebody who I know some of you don't think it's tough, but I still get wrecked all the time by Dr. Doom's special too. That suddenly becomes really fun. It reminds me of those of you who are expert Tiger players who can phase or heavy through projectiles, only this is, I think, visually much easier to do because you just shrink down. So the projectile flies right above you and you benefit. But yes, the timing has to be super, super anticipatory. You can't just do it to do it and then get wrecked because then you'll stun yourself. I do think as a defender, that second thing, which is that you have X amount of seconds to do like a 14 hit combo, or else you take a huge, depending on the rarity and the base stats, you take a huge amount of direct damage. Like it's its own annoying node built into her kit, which I don't know about you, but there are enough nodes already in the game where you blink and you're like, wait, why did I just lose 30% health? What the heck just happened? That's how I often feel when I'm in fights, especially against new annoying nodes. But it is so cool to see her shrink down and just have, honestly, this really cool visual. And even against somebody like OG Iron Man, who is probably the easiest person in the world to dex against, like it's cool to see her like this, right? Like to shrink down and to miss and then to counter. Now looking at, I mean, it's tough because this is an unawakened 4-star in this fight that they're showing against a awakened 6-star, so the damage isn't going to be great no matter what. But the special 2 crits when you build them up can be really insane. I don't know. I still am on the fence about Like, my master setup is full suicides, right? So I'm still on the fence as to whether or not she'd be good with that setup. I don't know. But what I do know is that the animators have done an incredible job on her work and on her champion design in general. And I think she has the potential to be amazing. And I love, with that special tech too coming in, I love even the way that this looks. You've got her really small, you've got her really big. It's just so fascinating. If Cassie Lang turns out to be as amazing, like, Cassie Lang will be way more valuable in this game than, say, Sentry. And that just further feeds into, like, wait, Cassie Lang's gonna be good, but the people who are supposed to, like, destroy the universe still suck? And it's that inside joke we've talked about for years. If they're great in the comics, they're gonna suck in the game, and if they're horrible in the comics, they're gonna be OP in the game. Don't ask me why. Battlegrounds, though, you know, Kabam is more influenced than ever to create champions that are good both offensively and defensively for Battlegrounds, and Cassie Lang may foot the bill. Or maybe we're all just going to be on a smoke screen and she'll need a tune-up like we're seeing with America Chavez and Gore, who, for the record, are still pretty dang good before the tune-ups. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm intrigued and excited about Cassie Lang.